Hi. As a former bank manager, I like to discuss the differences between having a beneficiary on your account or a co-owner. Many bank accounts, a checking or a savings, and other investment accounts will allow you to either put on a beneficiary or you can have joint ownership. So, what are the pros and cons of either one? If you do have, let's say, an adult child and you would like them to be added as a co-owner on the account, that means usually that they have full access to the account. If it's a checking account, they're allowed to transact financial things out of it, like doing checks or withdrawals or even having a checking card on your account. Now, that's not always the best thing. The other thing to consider is whose social security number is that account under, because that is where the taxes lead if it's a savings account and has interest, and you have to claim that on your tax return. Most of the time, it's going to be in the elderly parent's social security number because it's going to be linked to their taxes. However, if the son or daughter has their social security number on that account, it's also a pathway that if they were to get in trouble or owe money to the IRS, they would be able to follow that social security number and possibly take money out of that account. That's another reason that most people don't put joint ownership on their home or property. Many times instead, they will use what they call a deed on death, which means that when I pass away, my adult children get the house, but we don't actually put them on the house because if they get into financial trouble or they get sued, they can actually take your house. They can put a lien on your house. So it's something to really think about. Now, co-ownership of the account versus a beneficiary. So if you put a beneficiary on your account, that means that they get the proceeds when you die or pass away. And that means they do not have any power to transact in your account. They can't do financial transactions. Okay. Now, this can be gotten around. For example, if the elderly parent gets sick, the adult child could use a power of attorney, and then they can transact in the account acting as the elderly parent. They, of course, have to sign their own name and point out that they are doing it as a power of attorney. The power of attorney document would need to be on file with the bank. So there are ways around it because if you put someone on as beneficiary, I know you're all asking me, but what if I get sick and I need my son or daughter to do something? Then they would use a power of attorney. The beauty of the beneficiary setup is that you can put on more than one. For example, if you have four kids, you could put all four names as beneficiary, and then when the death certificate is handed in, the bank will actually divide those checks usually into fourths so that each child will get one of those checks. Each beneficiary will get one of those checks. So there's pros and cons for doing it either way, and only you can decide what's best for you. If you want your adult child to transact and do things in your account, then you need to add them as a co-owner. If you want them just to get the proceeds when you pass away, then you would want them as a beneficiary. The choice is yours.